Hi everyone, it's Marian from MIP Mix channel. Today I had a job to change the brakes on my Lili, my Santa Fe XL. So I took off the wheel and you can see now I'm trying to take off the screws for the caliper. I took it out. Here I saw there is a pretty big worn out of the brakes and I hear some noise. So I watch it and I thought it's the time to replace them. So now you can see I'm taking out the brakes. I'm gonna clean them up and later on I will decide to change the brakes, not only clean up. I want to tell you that these are the original brakes of the car. This car it's not driving too much, so it's about 6,000 miles or 10,000 kilometers per year, and because of staying so long, the brakes are not cleaning up from the rust, and contrarily against my use, I'm taking out the brakes and I clean them up, but with this car I never took them out to clean them up. So now I thought to myself, I'm gonna clean them up, as you can see here, and then it's gonna be okay. So I fixed temporarily the problem cleaning up, but when I saw how bad are the discs and uh, the pads, I decided to take them out to replace effectively. So now I clean up a little bit all around there. You can see how nice is the here. I don't know exactly how it's moving. On my other cars, those shoes are going up and down. These ones are going left, right. They are fixed on the top. I clean them up. I wash them with brake cleaner. Then I spray with some W40 oil spray, and these ones become nice and easy working. Look how bad are stuck the pads inside of that. I couldn't take them out easy just with a hammer, and it's not, and they was pretty bad worn out. It was like 3 millimeters, 4 maybe. So I clean up everything there with a brush, steel brush, and then with some sandpaper. And after I clean them up, you'll see a little later, those pads go inside in a very easy way, reported to what it was when I took them out. So I clean up these shims too. Here in southern Quebec, we have bad weathers in the winter. A lot of salt and on the streets, and the rust, it's very aggressive everywhere. So here it's very necessary. It's more than necessary to clean up the brakes yearly. I'm usually doing this job in the springtime. So as you saw, I prepared the support, and now I'm using some anti-seize to protect that um, hub against the corrosion. Now, after I clean up a little bit the disc, I'm putting back. Don't forget to align the holes where you have to put back the retaining screws. There are two of them, and you need a Phillips, but this one flat screwdriver, it's pretty small, it's going in, and I was able to clean them up. Now I clean up just a little bit the cylinder in the caliper. So here you can see how I'm doing this. Just summarize, and now fix back everything. It was very warm outside, about 30 degrees Celsius. I don't like too much this warm weather, especially when the humidity is high level, but that's it. I had to use the car because we were sometime before the summer vacation, and I wished to have no other surprises with the car if we're going somewhere. Now you can see I put back the pads. You can see how easy they are moving. Those springs are make them to not. I cleaned that up. I fixed back the caliper, and that's it. With the decision, took it in my mind. I was ordered the parts online, and you'll see what I bought in a short time. So here you see a power stop. I didn't had the rubber bushings for the front pads. So now after a while, with the new parts, I start to replace the brakes. Here my mistake was I start with the left side. My point was to bleed the liquid, brake liquid, and I had to start with the rear right side. So I take off the caliper mounting bracket. You have to use that key of 14 millimeters. As you can see now, it's working much easier because I use that anti-seize paste on the screws, so it's much easier working. I can work much faster and much easier now. Even the pads are coming out in a easier way. The rotor, the same story. So now you can see the parking brake was clean. So here I have the new rotors, are Euro rotors. I never used these ones, so seems to be made in Germany or somewhere. And here I had to take, it's a kind of a plug, rubber one, and I had to take it out, that bushing, and I had to fix it on the new disc because that one came without that plug. It's nice, not full of oil. So align those holes as I told you before and fix the new disc, the new rotor with those screws. Now it's working very easy again because I used that paste. Here you can see those bolts are working very fine. These are the old pads.
2 weeks ago I cleaned up this caliper. I'm gonna clean up it better because this rust is not good anywhere here. And I'm gonna use the Dremel, these edges here, and then all the surface.
So you can see I use the Dremel with the disc, but you don't really need to use that tool. It's very well if you use a brush, a file, or better sandpaper. But I was pretty lazy. I wish to finish faster that job. So I decided to use that. But even after you finish to do it with the Dremel, it's good to use the brush and eventually some more. You file it a little bit or you use a little bit of sandpaper there. Now I'm the point to fix the new shims on. You can see how they are. This is the rear part, I remember you. But in the front side you'll see they didn't fit well, so I wasn't satisfied with those shims. So I kept the old ones. If it's happening to you, you can keep the old ones if they are sitting better than there, and just slide easy there and nice. The new pads, they have to go by.
Have to slide easy by hand. This pin should be inside, outside is not gonna go on. It's gonna touch. So you have to put it inside. Okay. Excellent. They gave me 2 more springs. This is working very well, so I'm not touching them until next year when I'm gonna clean them up again.
So now you see I'm doing the same story. I'm cleaning up a little bit the cylinder, the piston. Here you have to be very careful not to touch your hands, not to touch that rubber gasket. And I clean up because inside it was pretty much dust, pretty much rust, and I didn't want to have it like that, so I clean up a little bit as much as I was able to do, and then I painted with anti-seize paste I saw in time that anti-seize paste is good against the rust. There it's pretty much heat, and the anti-seize paste is good on that parts where it's heat. It's resisting. It's okay with that. So my oldest car I had with that painting area. I like them to be like this. I know in time they're gonna be dirty, but that's it. At least they're not gonna continue to rust. The rust process it will stop, or at least it will go very slow forward. So now I have to press back the piston, the cylinder. You can see I have my homemade press. I do it like that because I can use a key in this way. It's gonna be, I can work faster and easier.
Going very nice.
And I like when I'm doing these jobs to make the pistons in and out a few times to see if they're sliding nice and easy. To be sure they are not stuck, to produce the pads blocking. So now I'm satisfied with this. I'm gonna take off the press, and then I'm gonna put back the caliper on. But first I have to put this mounting bracket. Here you have to use the biggest screw. You took them out. They are 40mm key, and it's easy to choose because these ones are having, they are much a little longer and a little bit the diameter of the thread is bigger than the other ones, but you have to use the same key. So now you see how easy I press them. And now fix back the caliper. Because you press the piston inside, you slide easy on its place. You take the screws and tie them on those bolts. You see how easy is moving now the caliper. And that's the point when you fix them. When you fix your brakes back, they have to slide easy by hand. And in this condition, you sure. Wonderful. I have to take out this one to bleed, but not now, a little later. I have to start with the other side first. So now I'm on the other side and I'm bleeding. You see here in the rear how dirty was the oil. It's a 7-year-old car, only 50,000 kilometers, about 30 and something miles, 1,000 miles. And you have to bleed it until you'll see that liquid becoming clearer, almost white, let's say, transparent. So in this condition, rear brake is done. You put back the wheel, tight it well, and you can go on the other side to do the same. So as I told you, I did before the brake on left side and on right side, but when you were bleeding, start always with the rear side. On the right side, rear right side. So now we are going on the front wheels. Here I didn't took out before to clean up. I saw they are better in a better condition, these brakes, and you will see a little later that it wasn't really the case to replace them. Just a good cleaning, it could save the situation. But I bought rotor and pads for all four wheels, so I didn't mind. I cleaned them up and replaced everything. As you can see here, the caliper is with two pistons. I never had that before. The car is heavy.
Uite, astea, vezi? Astea cât de cât mișcă.
So you saw in the front side that the pads were not stuck. They were moving freely. So that was the reason these brakes were much better in the front than in the rear side. But I started to do this job, I didn't watch it, so I know now I will have new brakes front and rear, and that's it. Here in the front, the screws for the bracket was much more corroded, but the brake pad was much easier to remove them from the bracket. Here you can see by hand, no problem to take it out. So here with the rotor, it didn't want to come easy out. I hammer it a little bit and it's out. Here you can see the hub, it's pretty much more full of rust, but I will clean up everything and I'm gonna paint it with anti-seize paste to have it nice and well protected against the rust. Around there it was some grease, because I put before some grease on that nut inside of the hub, just to protect against the rust too. But because of the heat and centrifugal force, it went out, and I wished to clean everything well and then to use only anti-seize paste. Here I start before to clean up the pistons. Again, you can do this with a brush or with a file or with just sandpaper. With Dremel it's pretty dangerous for your hands and for those rubber gaskets, so you have to be very careful when you are doing this. I wish to do the same as in the rear side. I wish to clean up inside as much as possible in order to paint it with anti-seize paste, just to protect against the rust. Here, when if you work with the Dremel, always it's good to have safety glasses, because there could be small parts of rust or something like this to come onto your eyes, and it's not good that. So now I have to find some improvisation to be able to press those pistons inside the caliper. You see, I put someone inside the car to press, and now I'm pressing one side, but the other one is coming out. So I have to find a way to modify this press to be able to press both sides. But in the future, I'm gonna think to a solution for that. You'll see now I'm pressing the cylinder which is out. I'm trying to press by hand the other one, but it's still coming out. So
Ok. Mama, apa sudah kena jos?
they are coming out. You can see they are not coming in the same way. Normally it should come same length, both of them, but I don't know why one is coming out more than the other one. Anyway, they have to be pressed together inside. If they are not pressed enough, you cannot put back the caliper because it's gonna touch the new pads. You will see the new pads are much larger, and those one cylinders are not gonna let you go. You see here. So now I took a pad, which I took it out and I'm pressing down. But even like this, it's a little bit of difference between them. The one where it's not the screw, it's not so well pressed, so it's better to press them on both sides with two screws. So now I'm painting them. I want to be nice and protected. You see now I'm proceeding a different manner as before. I clean up, then I paint them, I press them inside everything, and now I'm waiting to clean up and paint the hub. I want it to be nice and to keep longer. Why not? So what I'm doing now, I'm doing just because it's my car, because I want to do it like this. It's not for you, it's just optional. If you want to have that job, you spend some more time. But anyway, next time when you have to open the brakes to clean them up, you are not gonna need to work so much as I'm working now, because it is gonna be already painted, it's gonna be protected. So next time you don't have to paint it again. Only if you are very, very, I don't know, scarcity on this, or too meticulous, I don't know. So now you have to align two holes, and I'm fixing back the new rotor. As I told you, these are Euro rotors.
Yes.
On these screws I putting again anti-seize paste, just to be sure they're gonna come out next time in an easier manner. These are just to help you with assembly when you are putting back the bracket, mounting bracket for the caliper. So now in this one you see these these bolts are sliding very, very easy and nice. They are turning around. So I'm not gonna replace them, or I'm not gonna take them out to wash them, to change the grease, because they are working very, very Nice. Here again, as I told you, as I did in the rear side, I'm using the Dremel, but it's not an obligation. It's just enough if you have some sandpaper and clean that with the sandpaper, and that's it. I've become too lazy. I did a lot of jobs like this year. Few friends of mine came to see me with the brakes, with the oil, with something else, and almost all my weekends was full of work, and I didn't have enough patience just to make them with the brush or with sandpaper. But even here it's good to have a mask, dust mask, because as you saw, it's a lot of dust here, and it's not good to inhale that one. So these are the new brakes. These are no springs. Yeah, first bad surprise. Second was these shims are not fitting well there. I wasn't satisfied by how they're staying there. You can see I'm watching if I put them well, or I was pretty bad impressed
Not so good as the original.
by these ones. I took it out, I changed with the other one. It didn't work better. It didn't fit me in a better way.
Bad boy.
So now I'm putting back the pads. They are staying as they are staying, but I'm not satisfied with the way they are staying there. And you'll see just a little later, I'm gonna take them back. I'm gonna clean up the original shims, and the other ones, the original ones, are fitted very well there. And I prefer to leave the pads on those ones, original ones.
Okay. But I don't like too much that tight. Scheiße. Power stop. Never ever gonna buy this one. I don't like shims. Fuck them.
So I use the original shims. I don't like how they are fitting the others. The new one, power stop. That's it.
Okay.
Enough clearance, moving. Nice. Oh. Oh, first time I bought power stop. Power stop. But I'm not gonna buy again this. I don't like them. Especially in the front side. These springs are original from the car. They didn't send the new. Even they prepare here. And on this set I had to receive something more. I had to receive these rubber pieces. I didn't receive them, only for the rear side.
Okay.
So now I'm putting back the mounting bracket. As you can see here, the screws, I cleaned them up before with a brush, and now I'm painting them. They were pretty rusted. So here you have to find the right position. You're moving. With the hand you're moving the bracket, with the other one you're trying to turn the screw. It has to go inside easy. Here I had a little bit of difficulty because I put the camera and I had to be careful not to touch it or to push it down. So here I was tightening more the screws. I wish to be sure these screws are well tightened. So now you see by hand easy, are moving nice. Those pads, I put back the springs.
Power stop, power stop. Brembo next time. Or Bosch. I don't know. I'll see. Now I have to put this back.
So now I'm putting back the caliper. It's not going inside because I didn't push enough the pistons inside. I had to press them just 2-3 millimeters more. As you can see, I'm doing all kind of improvisation just to be able to push the cylinders till the end of the air cavity there. So now it seems to be well pressed and easy job. So now we'll find out the other two screws. Same story, you fix them back, tie them well. You have to tie them well, and be sure it's good. Tie them pretty strong. Don't force too much, but anyway, they have to be well tied. So now I'm bleeding it, and here is just a part where the brake fluid came pretty clear outside. So put back the wheel. I forgot to film the front wheel, so I just put as a reference the same movie from the rear side, but the process is the same. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one.